Today you join me at a new golf course at Windermere Golf Course out in Cumbria, and we're testing something new today on the channel to see that if it would be perfect for you, the everyday golfer, if it can help you lower your scores. Today we are testing out the CIGMAN CT800Y rangefinder, and we're using that today to see if we can lower our scores. And one big thing that I see from golfers is that we have a rangefinder on the bag, we use it to see what the flag is, and does that really help us? Are we actually then thinking, right, what club does that mean? Where do I actually need it to carry to? Here I've got a flag that is at 260 yards, par 4 here, third hole, but to the front where there's a big false edge, as I can see, although I've never played here, is 230 yards carry. So I know I need a club here for me that can reach that. If I can't reach that, it looks like the fairway runs out and I need to hit maybe a shot that's going to go to the fastest part of the fairway, which is around about 120 yards. So it might be a pitching wedge off this hole, which sounds ridiculous, but could help you actually hit more greens on this hole and score a little bit better. But I'm going to try and reach there. 230 carry is what I need, and that's a big thing we're going to talk about in this video. So, drawing a little bit left side of the green, and that is a prime example there of, I actually don't know this course, and I've only just realised it might be internal out of bounds. So that could mean I need to hit another one off this tee, which I'm going to do quickly now before we get up there and see if it is out of bounds. So, take two. That's a much better line. Left half of the green. Yeah. That's on the green, the other one might just be off, very close to out of bounds. Let's go and have a look. So we can see the second ball there, and it looks like on this short par 4, the trees have actually come to save me. Just inside out of bounds here, so tough chip. But again, what I'm going to do here is use this rangefinder, because this is where we can certainly start to see some shots. It's a little bit uphill, but we've got to know that, how far is this? A lot of people say, oh, it's only 20 yards. Let's have a look. So it is nice and small, so one big thing we say about rangefinders, this CIGMAN CT800Y is nice and nicely sized, nicely weighted, extremely light, but also fits in your hand. Again, a lot of people here say, oh, it's about 20 yards, 31 yards. I know that I've got a lot of green to work with here, and I want to use this to my advantage. So again, yes, it is affordable. One big thing here, is it helping your performance? Are you using it correctly? Are you using it on shots like this? A lot of people don't even use it off the tee like I do. I know it's a short drivable par 4, but they wouldn't be using their rangefinder to check different distances, check where the trouble is. Is there a bunker in the way? Is there a slope? Is there something that comes into the fairway? And that's certainly what you can do with this, and that could help you lower your scores. And that, as long as the majority of the way, that can really help your scores lower, because if you're using this to make sure that you're plotting yourself off the tee correctly, into the green correctly, this is one big thing where, yes, it's not costing you a lot of money, but if you do use it, it can lower your scores. And we can see that it has helped me, so it has just pitched past, it has stopped pretty quick, but this is giving me an outside chance, obviously, of a birdie. You might be saying it gives you a great chance, but again, tour averages from here, 6 feet, 75%. But I've been able there to make sure that I'm past the hole. What I see from 99% of amateurs is at the shorter the hole, the ball never has a chance to get there. Yes, there's no good being long and being in the rough and having a really hard chip shot, but we want to be positive. We want to be making sure we're getting there. A lot of people leave this just on the green, leave themselves a 30-foot putt, and you've quickly turned a 250-yard par 4 where you're thinking, well, let's make it an easy par, but potentially a birdie, into a hard hole where we're struggling. So, let's give this a go. Not quite got the green speed this morning. Very tentative, but that's an easy par. Now, let's get onto the tee box. Let's see what this next hole is. I think it's a par 4. I think it's stroke index 1. So what do we need to see off the tee? So if we talk about features for this rangefinder, obviously coming in at $89.99, like we've mentioned earlier in this video, we have got a discount code, so you can go to that in the description. But the main features are just like what you would get from something like a Bushnell. So we are getting slope compensation, so we can adjust for slope. We've also got the flagpole locking system. We've got a range of 800 yards, we've got the vibrate lock, and we've also got a magnetic tape. It is also rechargeable, again very nice and easy to use, the slope system. The magnetic strip actually goes around the rangefinder, so you can hook it onto such things as a golf cart or to your clubs. It doesn't actually have a connector to go onto your bag. Let's get back out there. And a very interesting view out here in Cumbria. Again, Windermere Golf Club, massive thank you to those guys for getting me out here this morning. Fantastic course in fantastic condition with fantastic surroundings. So the fourth hole here at Windermere, the Pikes, is 380 yards from the back tee. It's a par 4, it's stroke index 1, so not the longest hole, but certainly looks extremely uphill. So let's see here how far it is to land it for me onto that plateau. We probably want to avoid these trees. I'm known to leak one a little bit to the right, but just because it's a par 4, just because it's stroke index 1, doesn't mean I go straight to driver. So I'm going to look how far these trees are. 263 yards. So again, if I go 263 yards, that's going to leave me 120 yards in. So I'm going to hit my 5 wood here. I'm not going to go driver, because if I do go driver, potentially I could run out. Potentially that brings into trouble, which is a little bit further up at 290, which then might block me out. It might not allow me to reach the green, and then again, I'm making this hole harder when I don't need to. Fading up the right hand side. Solid strike. That's just in the edge of the fairway. So again, it's got me a scoring iron into the green there. So I've been able to think about that. I've been able to put it into a good position to be able to hit the green. Unfortunately here it looks like it's a blind shot, so the second shot might be a little bit more luck than judgment. But anywhere here to be able to hit a scoring iron into the green on the stroke index 1 is going to help you. Okay, so a little 8 iron here, just up and over. A bit of a pull, fading back though. That should be pretty good. Probably left side of the green. I do apologise to the greenkeepers for that divot. So massive shout out for Sigma for sending this. They've also given us one to give away. So all you need to do is comment below Sigma and you'll be in the draw, and that will be announced in a couple of weeks on Monday on Talking Balls with James Robinson. So keep an eye out for that. But we've also got a discount code from Sigma, which is in the description below. So if you're looking to get a rangefinder for somebody for Christmas, for yourself, for a friend, then that is below. You can use that discount code, get you a little bit more money off the £89. So massive shout out to Sigma. Let's get back to it. Like I said there, nicely fed back off this slope. Has left myself another chance. So again, an incredibly easy rangefinder to use. Locks on pretty good, nice vibration. And the main thing here is fits in the hand, but also fits in the pocket and doesn't feel like it's awkward when you're making a golf swing. But this is just exactly like when we're testing out golf clubs. So when we're trying to see that our straight to consumer brands a little bit better or perform just as good or better or worse. It's the same here with rangefinders. We're wanting to see that, can it perform? Can it pick up the flag? Can it give us everything that we need? Is it lightweight? More importantly, can you use it to your advantage to help lower your scores? Not so bad putt there, get out with another par. That's 2 pars using the Sigma CT800Y rangefinder. Again, they've been kind enough to give us a link in the description below, so if you are looking for a rangefinder, if you're looking for an early Christmas present, if you're looking to get someone or yourself a rangefinder, there is a link in the description below to get you that little bit of discount, and that's what we're trying to do here on the Everyday Golfer. Save you money, help you play better, but know how to use it to your advantage. One more hole to go. Can I make the elusive birdie? So par 4 here, dogleg to the left. We need to see with our rangefinder how far are those humps to carry and how far is the front edge of that green. So straight away to the edge of the humps is 202, and to the front edge of the green. So 292 to the front edge, but playing 272 because of its downwind. Again here, very lucky that I can reach that green with the driver, but on these conditions it is downwind. that might go a little bit long. So I'm going to play the 5 wood again here, try and lay up a little bit short, but starting to figure out what carry numbers you need to use. That's one big thing that a lot of amateurs miss out. They don't get their carry numbers, they don't know. They know how far the club's going total. But to get over the heather in the middle of the fairway, we would be looking at around about 202 yards. So a lot of people say, oh yeah, my 4-iron goes over 200 yards, but does it go over 200 yards carry? That's the big thing. You might hit it 175 yards carry and it runs out to around about 210, because that's what we know from a 4-iron with that kind of fly is probably going to do. And that's where it's essential here. Not only have you got a rangefinder to be able to get the numbers, but you also know your carry numbers. So before the season, or if not now in the season, you should be going to a TrackMan range, something like at Waterfront Golf, somewhere local to you, to get your numbers. Have a lesson, start to say, can I get my carry numbers and my total numbers, so you know your game that a little bit more. I know here, if I hit a good one, I should be pretty close, but I won't be going long. Started left, fading back nicely. A little bit of a lower ball flight there, and that should be just to the left front edge of the green. So let's get down there and see. But this one, nice and light, doing exactly what it says on the tin. That's all we want, really, when we're choosing one. So again, a fantastic hole here at Windermere. And it looks like I've took it on a little bit of a tight line, so we might be down and around here. Yeah, just short. Probably not the play. This shows that you need to know where you're going on this golf course. A fantastic test for us. I'll check my yardage, so make sure, again, thick rough. Looks a little bit further than the previous chip I had. 55 yards to the flag here, so needs that little bit more. Again, it's going to run out a little bit more here from the rough, so similar shot. Snagged it a little bit. Distance wise, pretty good. Leaves myself around about 15 feet. But that shows you guys that short holes, reachable holes, not always easy. Can we finish this video off with a birdie? That is the big question. Had a little bit of both ways. So guys, that's another part, but you can see how easy that has been, using the rangefinder to my advantage, making sure I know the carry numbers, making sure I know the distances, but also making sure that you yourself know how far each club goes. If we can use this to your advantage, if we can use a rangefinder to help you know exactly how far you've got or exactly where you need to land it, then you can use the correct club because you know your numbers, and that can help you lower your scores. But guys, if you're looking for these rangefinders below CIGMAN to be in with a chance to win this rangefinder, which will be announced 2 weeks on Monday, so 2 weeks after this video has gone out. I'll see you again later in the week.